ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ Thank you, Sangaji, for taking time out and honoring all that we are trying to do at the Summit of the Divine Light. Today's discourse, for those who are absolutely serious about meditation and spirituality, will find this extremely, extremely beneficial. So, make sure your mind is settled. Make sure the environment around you is quiet. And let us go on this journey of the lover of the divine, from the elemental body all the way into final merger. In this discourse, I shall highlight all the pitfalls and all the signposts and all the experiences that you will experience through certain realms as you move away from the force of gravity of Maya. Why? Life is a tapestry woven with the threads of many relationships. Every day we connect with family, friends, co-workers, and even strangers. These moments can lift our spirits with joy or weigh us down with pain. You go for a coffee, a smile, or a kind word from a server at a coffee shop may leave us feeling warm and joyful. And later on in the afternoon, a sharp criticism at work, and we are hurt deeply. These interactions, fleeting as they are, shape our emotions, shape our days, and sometimes our entire lives. Yet if we rely solely on others for our happiness, we become like a boat tossed by the unpredictable waves of their emotions. By the end of the day, we face a choice. Will these moments define our mood, or will we anchor ourselves in a deeper awareness? These daily highs and lows point to one timeless truth, taught across all spiritual traditions, that peace and pain are transient, and that true bliss lies beyond them. In Sikhism, Guru Nanak Dev Ji shares in the Gurbani, Sukh, Dukh, Dono Sam Kar Janne, no pain and pleasure as the same. Then we ask the Bhagavad Gita, and the Bhagavad Gita describes the wise as those who are undisturbed by either emotion. Then we look at Gautam Buddha and ask him, and he will warn us against clinging to pleasure or fleeing from pain, noting that both lead to suffering. Ask a Christian mystic, and they will say, the peace that surpasses understanding, a stillness that transcends fleeting emotions, called beatitude, also known as a supreme blessing. Ask a Sufi, and they will say Rida, divine contentment found through surrender to divine will. These teachings, though varied, guide us towards a deeper state, a state of Ananda, a state of bliss, a steady, radiant, joyful state rooted in the divine. Bliss is not just a passing feeling that changes with the wind. It's the natural state of our soul, a gentle glow that stays strong, even when the emotions of others, like hurricanes, swirl around us. This natural state comes alive through surrender, humility, sangat, seva, simran. For these will lead you to a deeper connection to the timeless truths. This journey to bliss is not linear, but a long, winding path through a myriad of emotions, such as longing, joy, doubts, each emotion shaping the seeker's soul in its own unique way. The journey begins with longing. In spirituality, this is known as birha. Birha is a deep-seated spiritual longing for the divine, marked by the heartache of separation. This yearning highlights the soul's distance from the divine and acts as a catalyst for spiritual growth, purifying us of ego and worldly attachments. As expressed in the Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Darshan pyasi din zarat, chit voh an din need. O my beloved divine, I am thirsty for your blessed visions. Day and night, I yearn for you constantly. Birha is the seeker's first step, a sacred ache that propels the soul outward when all desires fall short. All spiritual teachings encourage us to embrace this longing as it opens us to grace and transforms our tears of yearning into pearls of devotion, drawing us closer to the beloved. Rumi eloquently states, the wound is the place where the light enters. In Birha's quiet moments, the heart learns to listen to this ache that eventually evolves into a guiding light. Its soft glow in the depths of longing, illuminating the path where love once walked. Ultimately, this sacred light of longing that guides the soul home, making the experience of separation an essential step towards spiritual reunion. As St. Thomas beautifully put, I am the light that shines forth, that gives joy to the souls. Guru Granth Sahib Ji resonates with this teaching. Paya ratan karao diva balya. I have found the jewel of the Shabd within the home of my own self. The lamp within has been lit. The Kabbalah also describes this inner light as a tiny flame that eliminates all things. In Islam, this light is known as the Nur. Yet the deceptive world of Maya constantly lures the soul with temporary pleasures, wealth, status, and indulgence. That may seem like true happiness, but ultimately leave the soul feeling hollow and dry. The path to lasting fulfillment isn't found in chasing after external desires, but in turning inward and nurturing the sacred inner light. The Bible warns, no one can serve two masters. Matthew. Then comes bursts of joy, unexpected moments, like a sunrise catching us off guard, reminding us of the divine's presence. But be aware, Maya is not far away. The network of Maya is deep and sophisticated. Doubts follows, creeping in like fog in the dark, sometimes questioning whether bliss is real or even attainable. Here, the Dharmpada advises the idler who does not exert himself when he should does not find the path to wisdom. Doubts can paralyze, but in the company of the Sangat, it becomes a tool to sharpen our faith. Beyond doubt lies fear, the hesitation before surrendering to the unknown. The ego clings to control, but bliss demands trust. As the Tao Te Ching cautions, success is as dangerous as failure. On the other side of fear lies freedom, where peace settles in, like the calm after the storm. This peace reveals that bliss was never outside us. It was always within, buried beneath the noise, and yet present in every breath. Finally, the seeker experiences union, where the lines between self and the divine blur, and bliss become the very essence of existence. This process is known as the arc of divine union. As Guru Granth Sahib Ji guides, Jal te tarang te jal hoye, aphed puran brahm soi. From water comes the wave, and the wave returns to water. There is no separation, only the complete and perfect divine. This sacred journey is illuminated by the Shabd, the living word, a vibrational essence of the divine. Guru Amar Das Ji, the third Guru of the Sikhs, shares this experience in Ananda Sahib. He writes, Ananda piha meri mae, Satguru mein paya. Bliss has come, O mother. I have found the true Guru. Then he carries on. Satgur te paya sahaj seti, man vajiyan vadhaiyan. I have found the true Guru with intuitive ease, and my mind vibrates with celestial music. Then Guru Amar Das Ji beautifully describes a profound spiritual experience of Ananda, a deep, unshakable bliss that comes from union with the divine. This bliss is not just an emotion, but a living, vibrant reality. And he paints this through the metaphor of music. Raga ratan parvar pariyan, shabad gaane aiyan. राग रतन परवार परियां शब्द गावने आईयां शब्द गावने आईयां परियां शब्द गावने आईयां शब्द गावने आईयां परियां शब्द गावने आईयां राग रतन परवार परिया शब्द गावने आईयां. Guruji speaks of the Rag Ratan, which translated are jewel-like musical vibrations. They are not ordinary sounds, but sacred melodies that form a tapestry of divine harmony. For a moment, look at the dark skies. Imagine celestial musicians playing together, each note shimmering like a precious gem, creating a symphony that fills the soul with peace and joy. So let us delve deeper into the soul journey from this body all the way to Ananda. And on this journey, we shall be sharing the teaching of two beautiful sages, Bhakt Biniji and Bhakt Faridji. Bhakt Faridji was a beautiful Muslim sage. Biniji writes, Dasama Dwara Yagam Apara Parma Purakh ki Kati Uppar Haat Haat Par Ala Ale Pitar Thati Biniji. Sri Kabir ji writes, Nagari eke no darwaje, Sahavat barj rahai, Trikutti shute daswan dar khule, Taman khima bhai. Trikutti, just here. Bhagavad ji writes, this Nagari, this body is infested with the thieves of lust and greed. And for him to progress further, he writes, he needs to break the Trikutti so his soul journey can start. So he shares that life is a kaleidoscope of moments, sometimes a storm, sometimes a fleeting calm. Hope lifts our hearts to the sky, only for disappointments to pull us back to earth. Relationships shift like shadows, slipping through our fingers before we can catch our breath. It's easy to get lost in the tangle of it all. The people we thought we had loved, the things we cling to, the daily grind all wear us thin. At times, loneliness creeps in. It feels like wandering through a starless night, searching for meaning in this dark. We chase happiness as if it's something we can seize and hold forever. We believe if we keep our families and friends close to appease them, to do everything and anything for them, we will find peace. But life doesn't stay still. People drift, dreams fade, they morph into something new. That is the nature of life. And beautiful as it may seem in your dreams, yet it is impossible to pin this flow down. But wait, pause, reflect. What is this chaos trying to teach us? What if all the mess, emotional mess, relationship, money, financial, physical, all the pain we go through is in fact a message, an invitation to discover another way of living. Not to drown in the turbulence of emotional tides, but to rise above, anchoring our joy and peace in a radiant, eternal truth that endures beyond the fleeting storms of life. An invitation to escape the pains of emotional ice and to anchor our happiness and peace into something infinitely more beautiful and permanent, into Ananda. Guru Amar Das speaks of this deeper joy of Ananda, not as a fleeting high, but a warm, radiant peace that fills the soul. He describes it as Rag Ratan, a symphony of jewel-like notes, each one gleaming, weaving together to light up the soul in the darkness of Maya. Imagine a celestial orchestra, its divine harmony weaving a beautiful melody that quiets our restless hearts. This is no distant dream. It's within our reach. This is the purpose of our lives. Through Sort Shabd meditation, we gently led to these sacred realms within. Aware in the hush of sacred silence, we hear the true song of our soul, patiently waiting for us to listen. Amid the chaos and shifts, there lies a timeless peace, a divine melody ready to anchor us if we turn inwards and tune in. It begins with something simple, a mantra. A pious soul will walk into your lives. They will take you away from all your logic, all your understandings, and connect you to a mantra. Mantra is the whisper of the eternal, and it is the mantra which is going to guide us home back to where we came from. Nagri eke no darwaje tawat barje rahai. Most of the times we spend our days living through the 9 gates of the body, caught up in the endless play of Maya. Our minds dart from yesterday's regrets to tomorrow's worries, tugged this way and that way by anger, desire, greed, attachments, pride, unfulfilled desires. It's no wonder that when we first try to meditate, our thoughts scatter in every direction. But the sages offer gentle advice. My child, just keep returning to the shop. Just keep returning to the mantra, patiently and kindly, as though you are guiding the child back home. Don't be surprised if focus feels nearly impossible at first. That is just how the mind works. With steady Simran and the right Sangat and the repetition of the mantra and observing our thoughts and spending time in the Sangat and performing seva, in time, something subtle will begin to shift. Much like watching the ripples on a pond slowly fade as the wind dies down, gradually the mind grows quieter. As this gentle repetition gathers the scattered streams of our attention, the soul starts to turn inwards. The pull of the 9 gates, the senses, begins to loosen, and we are drawn towards a new center, the Trakuti. The journey to divine union involves transcending the physical self to merge with the divine. This path unfolds through several distinct stages, each marked by inner transformation, challenges, and divine experiences. First, if we are lucky enough even to escape the attractions of the flesh, the attractions of the money, the attractions of the gossip, and we go beyond the 9 gates, we enter the Trikuti. The Trikuti is located between and just behind the eyebrows. This is the gateway to the inner spiritual realms. It marks the beginning of the true inner journey, where the seeker, through meditation, loosens the mind's attachment ever so slightly to the material world and steps towards transcendence. The Trikuti is where the soul begins to turn inward, focusing on the Nam, the Shab, to detach from external distractions. This, even to get to this stage, requires much discipline in the 9 gates of the body and much devotion on the mantra and on seva and on sangat to shift consciousness from outer to the inner. Beyond this stage, if we are lucky enough, A, to go beyond the 9 gates of the body, B, to break through the Trikuti, we enter an arena, a realm known as a Vajra Path. The Vajra Path is also referred to as the diamond door. The diamond door is a radiant, unyielding barrier formed by the soul's ego and the 5 thieves: lust, anger, greed, attachment, and pride. It challenges the seeker's resolve, demanding the transcendence of ego and vices through humility and self-awareness. This stage tests the seeker's commitment. The diamond quality reflects the ego's stubbornness, which must be softened through the surrender to the divine will. Only by overcoming these inner obstacles can the seeker progress. Once we are successful, the soul enters into the realms known as the heart, not this physical heart, but it's another heart. This is the marketplace of inner experiences. Heart is a vibrant inner realm filled with dazzling lights, enchanting melodies, blissful sensations. The seeker may experience vivid visions, divine sounds, waves of joy. However, saints caution against attachment to these experiences, urging the seeker to remain focused on the divine essence. Back to the Shabd, back to the Shabd, back to the Shabd. Heart is a stage of wonder where the soul encounters the beauty of spiritual phenomena. These experiences are signposts, and in some cases, distractions, but it's not the destination. The seeker must avoid at all cost to become ensnared by their allure. Now, if you get past this, you enter into the realm of Allah. Allah, not Allah, Allah. Allah is a transitional chamber. It's a quiet transitional realm between the heart and the thati. It is a sacred pause where the soul detaches from the captivating experience of the heart and prepare for the profound stillness of thati. In Allah, the seeker cultivates a deeper longing for the divine essence. Allah represents a turning point where the soul learns to let go of sensory experiences and embrace stillness. It is a stage of preparation, humility, and readiness for the deeper union with it. As we go past Allah, we enter the realms of thati. Thati is the inner chamber, also known as the kingdom within. This is the sacred chamber of union. In the silent depths of the soul's ascent, there lies a realm known as thati. a sanctuary where the journey inward meets its most intimate revelation. Here, beyond the noise of the thought and the pull of the desire, for the first time, one will hear the unheard shabd, the unstruck remedy. This unstruck eternal sound of the divine is a domain of celestial symphonies, not heard with the outer ears, but heard deep within your inner ears. Hear the gentle whisper of flutes, some spiritualists will say. Others hear a rhythm of inner drums. Some hear the shimmering strings of harps. But countless are the melodies and countless are the instruments that are heard in this domain. These sacred sounds aren't bound by time or space. They are the divine's breath, echoing through the soul. The spiritual significance of this chamber is profound. It is not merely a state of profound peace, but here the Anhal Shabd becomes the soul's guide. Here the Pariyan, the celestial voices, sing hymns of truth, calling the soul into the full remembrance of its origins. Thati is where oneness is no longer an idea, but a lived reality, a space where divine love flows without end. Now, beyond the Thati are even subtler realms. There is the realm of Sun. There comes a point in the soul's journey when even the sweetest inner melodies begin to fade. The flute falls silent, the drums fade. The shimmering music of the Anhad, which once filled the soul with bliss, begins to dissolve into a deeper stillness. This stillness is Sun, the vast inner void, open and infinite. In this space, the soul does not see or hear anything in the way it once did. Here there is no light, no color, no sound, and yet it is full of presence, full of something ancient, full of sacred. In Sun, the mind finally lets go. There are no more questions, no more searching. The soul becomes deeply quiet, like a flame of a candle in a windless place. Here, you don't feel separate. You're not a seeker or a body or even a soul. You are just awareness, still, awake and weightless. Many saints speak of this realm with awe. It's not a place you reach by effort, but one that opens when you're no longer trying to get anywhere. It feels like standing on the edge of eternity, not afraid, not grasping, just resting in this mystery. Sun is not the end of the journey, but just a sacred threshold, a doorway to something even deeper. Once you've tasted that stillness, some things change inside you forever. From this zone, the soul then enters Mahasun. Mahasun is the great emptiness. If Sun is the vast sacred stillness where the soul settles into quietude, then Mahasun is something else entirely, a silence so profound that even awareness itself starts to blur the edges. This is the great void, not something to fear. It is not a place of loneliness, but an indescribable depth, so ancient, all-encompassing, that the words fall short. In Mahasun, everything you once knew slips away. Not just thoughts, not just the world's noise or sensations, but even the sense of I am. This is the final letting go. Here, nothing seems to exist, and yet somehow everything is contained. It's like returning to the very instant before creation, before the first sound or light. Here there is no division, no seeker, no journey, no destination, just pure being, or rather being without any sense of presence. Some saints say this is where even the most subtle layers of self become still, where the soul readies itself to dissolve into the truth. The deeper silence beyond the sound, beyond light, beyond even the self. It is where the soul doesn't even know it's a soul anymore. Where there is no speaking left, no seeking left, no separation, just presence within the infinite. And finally, we reach Sachkhand, the eternal realm of the truth. Guru Nanak Dev Ji describes this beautiful place. Sachkhand vasai nirankar, kar kar vekhe nadar nihal, tithai khand mandal var pand, je ko kathai tayant nayant, tithai lo lo akar, jev jev hukum teveh tevakar, vekhe vigse kar vichar, nanak kathana karada. Shabd unveils a profound spiritual realm known as Sachkhand, where the formless divine, or the Nirankar, resides. In this sacred space, the Creator watches over all of creation with love, showering grace through its gaze. There are countless worlds, realms, and universes so expansive that their boundaries are beyond description. Everything operates according to the divine will. Every form and action is a reflection of that command. The Creator reflects on His creation and finds joy in it, fully immersed in bliss. Guru Nanak conveys the experience of this truth transcends words and intellect and can only be truly understood through inner awakening and the surrender to the divine. This is the eternal realm of the truth itself, beyond all illusion and separation. Here there is no sense of distance or time, a space beyond experience where even bliss, silence loses their meanings. In this realm, everything is simple, but it is pure, radiant, and whole. This is where the seeker finally stops seeking because there is nothing left to find and nothing left to lose. No form, no light, no sound, just infinite stillness and unseen presence. To arrive here is to remember what was never truly forgotten. It is to rest in certainty that you are and always have been part of something infinitely greater than yourself. You realize you are the truth manifesting as itself. This is the heart of the journey, not a destination, but a homecoming, a return to the source where all paths dissolve and only the divine remain. This is the place of Ik Onkar, the Mool Mantra. There is one reality, the unmanifest, manifested, ever existent, the Creator pervading all without fear, without enmity, the timeless, unborn, and the self-existent, complete within itself. Through the favor of his true servant, the Guru, may be realized that it was there when there was nothing, there before ages began, exists now, and shall exist forever. This is a place of ultimate dissolution of the self into the divine, a mystical womb holding all creation in a sacred slumber, gently cradling the seeds of creation. So in summary, the journey starts from the nine gates, the Trikuti, Vajrakpat, Hard, Ara, Thati, Son, Mahason, and then Sachkhand. Unlike practices like breath control, intellectual knowledge, yoga, or other types of spiritual practices, it is the Shabd, the sacred word, the company of the Sangat, the humility of Seva, the embodiment of divine values, and the gift of grace that truly carry the soul through this odyssey. Beyond the surface of daily life, the universe operates on subtle energies. Every thought, action, emotion generates karmic particles, energetic imprints that shape our soul and attract similar frequencies. This is a law of attraction. To navigate life's waves, we must draw inspiration from the divine souls. Live lightly, love without condition, and burden yourself on any judgments. The Tao teaches that the Tao is always at ease. It overcomes without computing, answers without speaking. Referring to the divine, Rumi echoes this sentiment. Knock, and he will open the door. Vanish, and he will make you shine like the sun. Fall, and he will raise you to the heavens. Become nothing, and he will turn you into everything. Ever so often in quiet moments, a gentle peace settles over our hearts, unprompted by fanfare. It's like a lotus flower unfurling its petals in the tender embrace of dawn's first light, revealing a quiet beauty that thrives in stillness. This bliss, O Anand, cannot be forced through effort. It requires unwavering faith, not in rituals or logic, but in the trust that the divine and the divine souls guide us and will hold us. Without this faith, surrender remains incomplete. And when the surrender is incomplete, then bliss stays out of reach. Yet when we let go of ego's illusions, bliss arises naturally like a spring welling up from a cleared ground. As the Sikh invocation Ik Onkar reminds us, all existence is one, eternal and divine. We are born from the Shabd. The Shabd vibrations hums within us, a timeless melody calling us back home, back into the infinite, back into Sachkhand. The infinite Anand is not found in chasing the entanglements of life's chaos, but in the quiet surrender of our heart. In that stillness, the soul's candle burns brightest, casting light on the truth within, that we were never apart from the divine. Every longing, every doubt, every tender ache is a sacred note in this cosmic sympathy, guiding us to our boundless essence. In surrender, we don't merely find bliss, we become bliss, radiant, whole, eternal. So merge into the Shabd. Let us let go of our ego. Let us learn to die in the wisdom of the divine. Let us eliminate the walls of pride and allow the Shabd's mantra to rise within us. For in its vibration, we are not lost wanderers in the darkness of Maya, but those precious sparks of the divine dancing in the eternal glow of Ananda. Thank you so much. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Thank you.